Hey guys, I'm Sierra, and today I'm talking about my favorite YA series. So I thought for a while about what my first booktube video should be on this channel, and I thought that a favorites video would be a really good idea to show you guys what kind of books I like to read. So I have a list here of, I think, 8 of my favorite YA series. Most of them are pretty popular and you've probably heard of them before or read them already. Obviously, I'm going to start in kind of a backwards order, so number 8 will be my least favorite and then number 1 will be my all-time favorite. So without further ado, let's start. So coming in at number 8 is the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. I really enjoyed this series. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Percy Jackson. I thought that Heroes of Olympus was a good spin-off sequel of the Percy Jackson series, but I didn't put it on the same level as Percy Jackson. I think that Percy Jackson's a little bit higher up. I love getting to see new characters that I loved from the original Percy Jackson series in the Heroes of Olympus, but there were some characters that I didn't love. But apart from that, I thought it was an amazing book. I loved reading about new demigods, I loved seeing the adventures that they went on, and I definitely recommend Heroes of Olympus, but only after you've read Percy Jackson. Number 7 is Maximum Ride by James Patterson. These books are not written perfectly. Personally, I found a lot of issues with kind of the writing style. There were a lot of things that changed between books, like Max's hair was one color in one book and then a different color in the other book, and it didn't really make sense. But I really fell in love with these characters. I read these books probably in 4th or 5th grade, and it was one of the first book series that really got me into reading. So obviously I had to put it on the list. They actually just made a Maximum Ride movie adaptation, which I am not a fan of in any way, shape, or form, but my friend Pierre Fort has amazing Maximum Ride videos on YouTube, so you should watch them. I'll link them in the description. So if you're looking for a book to read that's kind of easy to read but has a great storyline and a lot of good character relationships, Maximum Ride. Number 6 is Divergent by Veronica Roth. Tris is probably one of my favorite female heroines. I think that she was so strong and her story was so interesting to read about. I loved getting to hear about kind of how the world was divided, and especially Dauntless in particular, because I think that would be my faction if I lived in the faction world. Obviously, I have an issue with the last book, Allegiant, as most of you will know if you have read the Divergent series, but no spoilers. And I'm just not realizing that I didn't put Harry Potter on this list of books. What? If there was like a number one spot, it's Harry Potter, so just pretend like Harry Potter's on here. Cool. Number 5 is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. These books changed my life. I read them a few years ago, probably beginning of middle school, end of elementary school, and oh my god, I fell in love with Katniss Everdeen. I've always been a very huge fan of books that are very action-packed and that really make you wonder, like, oh, is this person gonna live? Is this person gonna die? So obviously The Hunger Games really caught my attention. The writing is incredible. There are no words to describe how I feel about the Hunger Games book series. I think that they're just amazing. I think that the film adaptations were great too. So if you're looking to read a good book with a great movie adaptation, The Hunger Games has got your back. Coming in at number 4 is Beautiful Creatures, and this one actually has 2 authors. It was written by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. Now, Beautiful Creatures doesn't really have as big as a fan base as like The Hunger Games or Harry Potter, but they did make a movie off of it, and I really enjoyed the movie, but I definitely enjoyed the books more. The books kind of follow this girl named Lena who has magic powers. Not gonna spoil anything, but think of it almost like Harry Potter, but a little bit more teenage and a little bit darker. There's a kid screaming outside, and it's very annoying. So just please ignore the screaming child outside because, oh my god. Anyways, coming in at number 3 is The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. I have to say Jace Wayland is probably my favorite male protagonist that I've read in YA fiction so far. I have so much love in my heart for Jace. The other characters in the book are amazing. It's a very LGBT friendly book, which is really great because we don't see a lot of LGBT characters in YA fiction, but The Mortal Instruments is helping to change that, so go Cassandra Clare. They also made a TV show off of it called Shadowhunters, and I would love to actually do like a video review of my thoughts and feelings about the show because I like it, but I don't love it. I don't think it's the most faithful adaptation, but I like what they're doing with it. So if you want to hear my thoughts about that, just let me know in the comments. Number 2, Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan. I don't even think I need to say anything. Like, Percy Jackson's amazing. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you've read Percy Jackson because you're probably here because of my web series. So if you haven't read Percy Jackson, go read it. That's all I can say. Demigods, teenagers, romance, everything. Read it. And coming in at number 1, The Unbecoming of Dyer, Michelle Hodkin. If you're looking for an amazing YA novel to read, I highly, highly, highly recommend The Unbecoming of Dyer. It has an incredible romance, it has amazing strong characters, it has a female protagonist. The author really deals with like insanity and mental illness in a very respectful, like proper, engaging way, and I loved it so much. It's a very dark series, so if you're not a fan of like murder mysteries and crime, probably don't read it, but if you're into that, Dyer, hands down, is amazing. So that's pretty much it. That's my list of my 8, technically 9, including Harry Potter. Harry Potter, I can't forget about you. Favorite book series. Well, YA book series. If there are any of these books on this list that you'd like me to talk about more in depth with maybe a book review, let me know in the comments and I will make sure to film one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I was so excited to see the amazing response that I got on my first booktube video, so I hope that you guys like this one equally. Thank you guys so much and have an awesome day. Bye!